Okay, I want to thank you very much for coming out. This is very encouraging to know that there are a lot of friends out there.
We want to thank you.
There are times when I go to the debates and I represent the Constitution and limited government and freedom and all these things. And being on that stage and also in an audience where they don't give us very many tickets, like none, but the audience seems to be unfriendly. Yet somebody said, well, what do you do up there? Isn't that devastating? I said, no, what do I concentrate on? I concentrate on thinking about people like you. Figuring that there are you out there that care. And of course, after some of those debates, they like to belittle everything. And the other night, of course, when Hannity was interviewing me, he said, well, how can you possibly win? Nobody agrees with you, and you're a Republican Party, and you're going against the grain. I said, well, maybe they're going against the grain of freedom and the Constitution and Republican traditions, which I think has been the case. I said, how come, if this is the case that I have such an unpopular viewpoint, how come I'm winning your poll right up there on the screen? If there weren't people like you, believe there would be no campaign. The campaign has come spontaneously. It's a message that is so powerful, and I feel like I've just been fortunate enough to be the one that got to turn on the switch. And
you've been faithful.
It's sort of me like I don't think they're ever going to stop the freedom movement. I think it's out now. I think the secret is out. There's enough Americans who want to live in freedom. But it has been really exciting. We just had a little press conference over at the Capitol, and they want to know what my surprises have been. Not complete, but sort of. I've been surprised that there have been so many who had believed this way, and they were just waiting and waiting and waiting to hear it so that they could come back into the system. But the other very pleasant surprise, and where the campaign has really developed, has been the young people who have responded. They may not have heard too much of this, but you offer young people freedom of choice and allow them to be able to spend their own money and all these issues and the Constitution. Young people come up and I'll say, well, why do you like what I'm doing? I say, I like your emphasis on the Constitution. Now that to me is very encouraging, because if you go to Washington and I'm in my office, I have a lot of people come visiting and they're looking for certain things. But I never have the average businessman, if ever, come in to me and say, Ron, we really like what you're doing defending the Constitution. They come in and they want me to bend the Constitution or defy the Constitution. But we know now that young people will respond. There's still a lot of us who have been around a bit, who have studied this and understand it, and understand the key principle, I think, is the Constitution is unique. It was written for the most significant purpose was to restrain the government. And even especially the Second Amendment, that was there for restraining against abuse of the government. But it was never to restrain the people. And yet we have it all turned around right now. We're restraining the people, and the government's running roughshod over us. And take the area of privacy. Now, we have...
Doc, do you want to stand up on this? The folks in the back can't hear you.
Oh, okay. We'll try and look here.
Be careful. There we go. Be careful.
Somebody be a spotter. This big man will spot you. He's a player proctor, don't worry.
I'll be a spotter, too.
Yeah, okay. I was talking about the issue of privacy. The Constitution was designed to protect the privacy of the individual. Now, of course, our privacy is being attacked. And what has happened to our government? There's more secrecy in government than ever before, and endlessly, every single day, there's some way that they're going to measure everything that we do, whether it's with a camera or financial reports and medical reports. Everything is in the hands of the government and the bureaucracy, and we live in an age where this is very dangerous. So I think, though, that the time is ripe for a reversal. Some people call that a revolution. Not brand new, because there was once a pretty good revolution that established these principles better than ever before in our Constitution. And yet now we have slipped so far from that. Not only do we need to get back on track, we can actually improve it. We can always advance the cause of liberty and a better understanding. Monetary issues, all these things can be refined and improved. But most of throughout all of history, the tyrants have ruled. it's been very rare where the people really get to rule. And we've had that chance, we've had that experiment, been very, very positive. We've had great prosperity, but right now that prosperity is fading away. Our productivity is going down. We're wealthy today because it's all on borrowed money, and I think a lot of young people and others are recognizing this, and they want to get back to basics, back to national sovereignty issue. People see what's coming. They see this North American Union coming. We don't need any North American Union. Matter of fact, we don't even need the United Nations or the IMF or the World Bank or the WTO or any of that.